Scorpio, something powerful is unfolding in your energy field right now, and without even realizing it, you are becoming the very mirror through which a man must confront the lesson he has feared most, the lesson he has spent years running from, and yet destiny has chosen you as the vessel for this truth. You may not have planned it, you may not have spoken it, but your silence, your strength, and the way you carry yourself have shaken his entire world. And this September 19th, the universe is positioning you as the catalyst for his awakening. He thought he had control. He thought he could bend situations to his will. But in your presence, Scorpio, his ego is being dismantled piece by piece, not through conflict or anger, but through the undeniable reflection of his own behavior staring back at him. This is not just coincidence. This is the divine orchestration of karmic balance. And you are the chosen messenger of that balance. Stay with me until the very end of this message, because I will reveal exactly what this man is learning through you, why the universe placed this burden and blessing in your hands, and how you can rise above it, not with bitterness, but with the grace and quiet power that Scorpio is known for. If you miss this message, you may overlook the hidden sign that confirms why this lesson is happening now and what it means for your own destiny moving forward. Scorpio, the time has come to see yourself not just as a survivor of pain, but as a teacher of transformation. And this man's downfall may very well be the moment your soul's strength shines brighter than ever. Scorpio, let's go deeper, because this is where the story begins to unfold in ways you may not have noticed. The universe is not random, and the people who cross your path, especially the ones who challenge you, are never accidents. They are instruments of your growth and mirrors of hidden truths. This man, the one who now finds himself shaken by your presence, once believed he could walk through life unchecked, making choices without accountability, building walls of pride around himself so high that no one could reach him. But the universe saw that arrogance and chose you, Scorpio, to be the very key that unlocks his lesson. Without realizing it, your refusal to bend, your refusal to be manipulated, has become a confrontation he cannot escape. Every time you stand tall in your authenticity, every time you protect your peace instead of falling into his chaos, you are forcing him to see himself clearly, and that clarity terrifies him more than any argument could. He is beginning to understand that power is not about control. It is about respect, and respect is something he cannot demand. It must be earned. And that realization is breaking the foundation he once stood upon. You see, Scorpio, the universe knows your strength. It knows your ability to transform darkness into wisdom. And in this season, you are being used as the divine hand that teaches through presence alone. But here is the secret most people don't realize. The lesson he is learning is not only for him, it is also for you. The universe is using this situation to remind you of your own sacred authority, to show you that your boundaries are not barriers, but blessings, and that by holding firm, you are not only teaching him, but also proving to yourself that you no longer need to fight to be seen, because your very existence radiates power. This is where the karmic circle begins to tighten, and though he may resist it, though he may try to deny it, the truth is pressing in on him from every side, and you are the living embodiment of that truth. Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll reveal the deeper pattern behind why the universe chose September 19th for this confrontation, and how this date marks the turning point, not just in his life, but in your own journey of destiny. Scorpio, as we move further into this message, you need to understand why this is happening now, and why September 19th is not just another date on the calendar, but a spiritual marker written into your journey long before you realized it. For years, the universe has been preparing you for moments like this. Moments when your strength is tested not by battles you choose, but by the silent tests hidden in the energy of those who cross your path. This man is not here by chance. He is here because his soul signed up for this exact lesson, and your soul agreed, before either of you arrived in this lifetime, to play the role of the awakener. Think about that. Even before you knew his name, before you felt his presence, the contract was already written in the invisible ink of destiny. And now the moment has arrived for that contract to be fulfilled. And what makes this lesson so powerful, Scorpio, is that you don't even have to try. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove a single thing. Your very energy, your decision to walk away, your refusal to be diminished, that is what forces him to face what he has buried. He may have built his life on control, manipulation, or ego-driven choices, but the universe cannot allow him to live in that illusion forever, and so it placed you directly in his path. The truth is, he fears this lesson more than anything, because it is not about you, it is about him. You are simply the vessel through which the divine truth is delivered, the mirror that shows him what he has refused to see. And here lies the paradox, Scorpio. While he believes he is losing power, in reality, he is being given the greatest gift, the chance to finally awaken. Yet from his perspective, it feels like his entire world is unraveling, because every time he sees you, every time he remembers the strength in your silence, he is reminded of what he cannot control. His ego tells him to fight, but his soul whispers that the fight is already lost, because the lesson is not about winning, it is about surrender. This is why he feels restless, why he cannot shake your presence, why even in the quiet moments he feels haunted by the truth he once tried to avoid. But Scorpio, this is not only his awakening, it is yours too. For too long, you may have doubted your worth, questioned your impact, wondered if your boundaries made you cold or unlovable. But this chapter is the universe's way of showing you that your presence alone has the power to shift lives. You are not here to beg for recognition. You are here to embody truth so fully that it cannot be ignored. The lesson he feared most was that his actions have consequences. And you, without even knowing, are the living embodiment of that consequence. And the lesson you are receiving is that you no longer need to explain yourself. You no longer need to convince anyone of your value, because your energy speaks louder than words ever could. September 19th is the turning point, because it marks the moment when the scales of karma tilt in your favor. What was once hidden comes into light, and the very energy that tried to diminish you is now being dismantled by the universe itself. This is why you must stay grounded, Scorpio, because the temptation to look back, to wonder if you should soften the lesson, will be strong. But understand this. You are not punishing him. You are not seeking revenge. You are simply standing in the alignment that forces truth to rise. And when truth rises, those who built their world on illusion cannot help but tremble. This is the storm before the calm, the breaking of pride before the rebuilding of humility. And you are the sacred fire that burns away what no longer serves. And here is the most beautiful part. The same fire that teaches him the lesson is also purifying you, preparing you for the next chapter of your destiny. In this fire, you are being refined, polished, and elevated into a higher version of yourself. The man may resist, he may struggle, but eventually, whether he admits it or not, he will know that the universe sent you to awaken him. And Scorpio, you will walk forward stronger and freer, knowing that your power is not in forcing outcomes, but in being the divine mirror of truth. Stay with me, because in the next part, I will show you how this karmic exchange opens a doorway of unexpected blessings for you, and why his lesson is secretly your liberation too. Scorpio, now that the stage has been set and the lesson is in motion, it is time to understand the deeper reason why the universe orchestrated this moment in such a precise way. For this is not only about the man who is being humbled, it is about the doorway that is being unlocked for you as a result of his awakening. When someone is forced to confront their shadow because of your presence, the energy they release, the illusions they can no longer hold on to, creates a shift in the spiritual field around both of you. And this shift always brings blessings to the one who is chosen as the vessel of truth. You may have wondered why your path has been filled with challenges, Why so many people have underestimated or misunderstood you. Why certain relationships have felt heavy with unspoken tension. And now the answer is here. You are being prepared to carry a higher vibration. And that vibration can only emerge after you have learned to stand firm in your authenticity. The very lesson that terrifies him, accountability, humility, and surrender, is the same lesson that frees you. Because as he is stripped of ego, you are clothed in clarity. And clarity always attracts new opportunities, new connections, and new paths that align with your soul's true calling. Scorpio, this September 19th is not simply a horoscope prediction. It is a spiritual pivot point where karmic energy that once weighed you down is being transmuted into a current of support. Almost like the universe is saying, "You have held your ground long enough. Now watch what unfolds because of it." The blessings may arrive quietly at first. A conversation that opens a door. A message that confirms your intuition. A sudden realization that lifts the fog in your mind. But each of these signs will be proof that the energy you invested in holding boundaries is now returning to you multiplied. The man may feel broken. He may struggle with the weight of this lesson. But his struggle is no longer yours to carry. It is his soul's journey, and you are free to step into the expansion the universe has reserved for you. And here is the mystery that most overlook. Sometimes the greatest reward for teaching a lesson is not seeing the other person change, but realizing that you are no longer tied to the outcome. This liberation is the gift the universe is giving you now, because true power is not about forcing someone to transform. It is about embodying the truth so deeply that transformation becomes inevitable in your presence, whether they accept it or not. And as you embody this truth, the blessings unfold, abundance flowing in unexpected places, love that honors your worth instead of testing it, friendships that feel like soul contracts rather than temporary distractions, and an inner peace that cannot be shaken by the chaos of others. This is the cosmic exchange. His lesson is your liberation, his resistance is your clarity, and his awakening is the signal that you are ready to move into the next chapter of your destiny. Stay with me, Scorpio, because in the next part, you will uncover the exact signs the universe will place before you as confirmation that this door has opened, and I will reveal why these signs are not coincidences, but divine markers that you are stepping into a season of expansion, healing, and abundance. Scorpio, once the universe has delivered its lesson through you, the energy around you begins to shift in ways that cannot be explained by coincidence. And this is how you will know that the karmic cycle has turned and that the blessings meant for you are entering your life. For the signs will begin to appear with such clarity that ignoring them will feel impossible. One of the first signs may come through numbers. Those repeating sequences like 111, 222, 444, or even the mysterious 911, each carrying a frequency that speaks directly to your soul. 111, reminding you that a new beginning is unfolding. 222, affirming balance and divine partnership. 444, assuring you that you are protected by spiritual guardians. And 911, urging you to release the old so the new can arrive. And when you see these numbers on clocks, receipts, license plates, or even in dreams, know that they are the universe's confirmation that your energy has shifted and you are aligned with a higher path. Another sign will come through synchronicities, those uncanny alignments where someone speaks the very thought you are holding, where a song plays with lyrics that feel written for you, where you meet someone at just the right time who delivers a message you needed to hear. And though skeptics may call it chance, your heart will recognize it as divine timing, a whisper from the cosmos reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be. Dreams will also become more vivid around this time, carrying symbols of transformation, water that represents emotional release, fire that speaks of purification, birds that symbolize freedom, or even encounters with ancestors and guides who show up to remind you that you are never walking alone. And when you wake from these dreams, you may feel a lingering emotion so strong that it colors your entire day, because it was more than a dream. It was a message. The universe may also use your body as a messenger, Scorpio, for suddenly you may feel lighter, as though a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Or you may notice a surge of energy, a desire to move forward, a quiet confidence replacing old doubts. And this is because when karmic energy releases, it does not just leave your mind, it leaves your physical being too, creating space for vitality, clarity, and renewal. Pay attention as well to the people who suddenly re-enter or exit your life during this period, for their timing is not random. Those who drift away are being removed because their energy no longer matches your frequency, and those who appear unexpectedly are often soul connections sent to guide or support you in this new chapter. And though it may be confusing at first, trust that the universe is rearranging your circle to align you with those who will walk with you into expansion rather than pull you back into old cycles. And perhaps the most profound sign will be the shift within your heart. For without warning, you may notice that things which once hurt you no longer carry the same sting. People who once unsettled you no longer hold power, and memories that once chained you now feel like stepping stones of growth. And in that moment, you will realize the lesson has not only been taught to him, but has transformed you too. Scorpio, these signs are not random. They are the language of the divine. Affirmations that the path ahead is clear, that the karmic weight is gone, and that you are stepping into a season of abundance, love, and peace that will feel both long overdue and perfectly timed. Stay with me, because in the next part, we will explore how to embrace these blessings fully without fear, and how to make sure that when the universe delivers, you are ready to receive with open hands and a fearless heart. Scorpio, once the signs begin to surround you, and the universe confirms that the lesson has been completed, the next step is not to question it or shrink back into doubt, but to embrace the blessings with open hands and an open heart, because too often you have been conditioned to expect struggle, to prepare for betrayal, to guard yourself against disappointment. And yet, this new season is not about repeating old wounds. It is about receiving what has always been meant for you. The universe is asking you to shift from survival to abundance, from caution to trust. And though this may feel uncomfortable at first, it is the very transformation that will set you free. For no longer will you need to fight for recognition or chase after what is already yours. You need only to align yourself with the vibration of gratitude and allow the flow of blessings to continue. This means paying attention to the small nudges that guide you forward, saying yes to opportunities that resonate even if they scare you, allowing yourself to love again without carrying the fear of old scars, and trusting that your intuition, the same inner compass that carried you through the fire, will continue to lead you exactly where you need to be. Do not mistake humility for self-denial, Scorpio. It is not selfish to accept joy, love, or abundance. It is sacred, because in receiving fully, you are also proving to the universe that its gifts are not wasted, that the energy poured into you is being honored and multiplied. And as you stand in this new vibration, notice how the people and circumstances around you begin to reflect the shift within you. Conversations that once drained you now uplift, doors that were once closed now open, and challenges that once overwhelmed you now feel like stepping stones towards something greater. But remember, Scorpio, the key to keeping these blessings is not control. It is flow, because the more you cling, the more you fear losing them, the more you push them away. Instead, trust the cycle, trust the timing, trust that what is for you will always stay, and what leaves was never meant to remain. This is where your true mastery shines, for your ability to transform pain into wisdom now becomes your ability to transform blessings into expansion. And as you embody this, you will find that abundance no longer feels like a miracle, but like your natural state. Scorpio, you are stepping into a chapter where you are not only the one who teaches lessons through your presence, but also the one who receives divine rewards for your endurance, your faith, and your authenticity. And this balance is what allows your soul to rise higher than ever before. Stay with me, because in the final part, I will reveal how to anchor this transformation so it lasts. And I will leave you with a message of gratitude and empowerment that will remind you why your journey was never about loss, but always about becoming the living embodiment of truth and divine strength. Scorpio, as we reach the end of this message, I want you to pause and recognize the magnitude of what you have walked through, because this was never just about teaching a man a lesson. It was about reclaiming your place in the cosmic design, stepping into your role as a vessel of truth, and embracing the blessings that come when you refuse to shrink into silence and, instead, embody the strength that has always been within you. The universe is showing you that everything you endured, every tear, every closed door, every heavy moment was not wasted. It was preparation for the power you now carry. And September 19th marks not an ending but a beginning. The unveiling of a season where your worth is undeniable, your energy is magnetic, and your destiny is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. So as you move forward, walk with your head high, trust the signs that appear before you, and know that the universe has chosen you not because you are perfect, but because you are strong enough to turn wounds into wisdom and trials into transformation. And if this message has resonated with you, if you feel the truth stirring in your spirit, then let this be the moment you claim it out loud. Type, "I receive this," in the comments to anchor the energy and let the universe know you are ready. Don't forget to like this video, share it with another Scorpio who needs to hear it, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss the messages that are meant to guide and empower you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for trusting your journey. And thank you for allowing your soul to rise higher than fear. Because Scorpio, you are not just surviving this chapter, you are becoming the light that transforms it. Until next time, stay strong, stay aligned, and remember, your destiny is already written in the stars.